Yo guys, Chris here, Spring Gamer. Welcome back to more Star Trek Online. Last time on Star Trek Online we did the mission Coliseum, and today we'll be doing the mission Cutting the Cord, finishing up the Romulan Mystery story arc. Now, it's not exactly a whole lot of stuff I want to get over out of the way before we do this mission, but it should be mentioned that this is actually a decently difficult mission overall. It's definitely one of the hardest that we've ever faced so far, and when we get into it you'll see why. So, if you can, upgrade your shields and body armor, and maybe pick up a couple kits or kit modules that add photon grenades, because those will definitely be useful. I don't think I have one, do I? Yeah, I do have a photon grenade Mark 1. I'm gonna keep it as it is right now because I don't know. I think I'll need it. But anyway, for the majority or basically all this entire mission, you will not have your away team with you. So which is why I said you should upgrade your armor and shields primarily. Because you're not going to have, equip this real quick. I still have that from last episode equipped. Because you're not going to have your away team with you, just like the last episode. So with that in mind, you otherwise should be good. Other than that, there's nothing really else I'd like to get out of the way. So let's get started.
Starfleet Intelligence has completed its analysis of the data you recovered in the Nopata system. There is a 67.47% chance that the Iconians are using the Tal Shiar as a way to influence the Romulan Star Empire, and that their persecution of the Remans is directly related to this. Command is considering lending assistance to Obisek and his forces, but before we come into direct conflict with the Romulans, we want to try a more discreet approach. The data indicates that Hakiv is operating out of the Brea system. Long-range sensor scans indicate that there may be a major Tal Shiar installation there. We want you to infiltrate this system, apprehend Hakiv, and destroy the Tal Shiar's base. Hakiv must not escape. He may be the only person who knows how extensive the Iconian influence in Romulan space is.
Alright, so I'm kind of have my audio coming out of my main speakers rather than my monitors, so it's going to be a bit loud, but I'll try to keep things as quiet as possible so you don't hear it through the microphone. Other than that, nothing else to do. Let's get started.
We have arrived in the Brea system. Preliminary scans show automated defenses and a handful of Romulan ships, most likely Tal Shiar vessels. If we're going to reach that planet and beam down safely, we'll have to breach the Romulan defenses. The weapons platforms are probably short range, but we must disable the satellites and any enemy ships in orbit, or any away team that we send to the planet will be in immediate danger. Tactically, it would be wise to draw off the ships and engage them separately from the fixed defenses. The Zedenia is prepared to assist you in the attack when you are ready.
Enemy vessel, you are in Romulan space. Leave immediately, or you will be destroyed.
I wouldn't think so. Okay, so we got Obisek and the Zedenia helping us. So as he said, we got some turrets, and we've got some Romulan vessels kind of looming around. I'm gonna take care of the ships primarily, but like you said, it would be a good idea to reprogram turret targeting. Okay, we can do that now. You reprogram silenced to fire into Romulan targets. Yes, we did. Actually, I've never played this mission when as a tactical officer before, so that's actually kind of interesting that you can actually do that. And we are taking hits pretty bad here. I'm not exactly drawing them off, but I can maybe be able to reprogram the other turrets as well. Get my shields going again. So one of them's down. Attack pattern alpha should be good for this one. I'm gonna get a high-yield torpedo going on them because, shoot, kind of all over the place. Come on, turn around. Oh, it doesn't matter at this point, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. Come on. Come on, go down. There we go. So they got reinforcements coming. Took care of them. There's this one last little turret just sitting right out over here. Didn't get reprogrammed, but it's going to be destroyed anyway, so it doesn't matter. It does take a lot of hits to go down, though. Alright, now we need to beam down. A small planet, though, to be honest.
Long-range sensors show that Tal Shiar reinforcements are closing on this location. We must be swift. The Tal Shiar base is mobilizing. We need to hurry if we're going to have any chance to find Hakiv and his Iconian connections. I'll meet you on the surface. We have a problem. The Tal Shiar are trying to jam transporters, and particle leakage from the strange technology here is affecting our targeting sensors. My scientists can't identify the type of particles yet, but several of my troops are reporting in from different locations. Transporters are being diverted. You're on your own for the moment. My scans show that the Tal Shiar have secured some areas of this base with force fields. You'll have to disable them, or find ways around them. Hakiv will be somewhere well defended, but we have him cornered now.
Sir, I'm having trouble getting through all the interference. Away team's members are reporting in from all over. I'll try to keep in contact, sir, and we'll organize beachhead teams where possible. Once the team assembles, we will use a site-to-site transport to private reinforcements. Alright, so yes, you are on your own. I don't want to go into that mode. You're on your own for right now. So be careful. You're probably going to be dying a lot. I'm usually the kind of guy who plays with no hypersprays, but give me a sec. Looks like the Tal Shiar are using the force fields and construction supplies to choke out access points. They must have detected us in orbit and they put the base on emergency lockdown. Our orbital scans show that there's a lot of these buildings have catwalks and balconies. You may be able to use those to get over some of the walls and barricades. Some of the tactical teams made it to the surface with beachhead equipment. You may be able to get support from them. Romulan ships will be here soon, though, so we have to raise the Cleo's shields and we won't be able to use transporters. Good luck, Commander. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Wonderful. But yeah, I'm the kind of guy who doesn't really play with having hypersprays on hand because I just don't like to. But the game's fine without it anyway. This mission particularly would be better with hypersprays anyway, but yeah. Right, planet spatial charges, or this one charge. That's the first charge, sir. Download the visual markers to your HUD that will show you where to go and to place additional charges. Right, so you actually get a HUD path, or HUD guide, that will tell you where to go if you're kind of get lost. Because this particular map can be long and winding. So it's kind of maybe difficult to figure out exactly where to go. But I played this mission plenty of times, so I know basically where everything is. Goodness gracious. But this weapon's actually pretty powerful, though. But then again, these guys don't really have shields. Sir, Romulans are massing servers in multiple locations around the base. The Cleo's in a synchronous orbit cavity. We can provide fire support to supply target coordinates. Alright, so we have an optional objective. We can send coordinates for orbital strikes, which is actually pretty interesting. I think there's one actually around here somewhere. I think it's over there on the other bow platform over there. It would be also a good idea to look down on occasion, because sometimes you'll find that there's your Reman allies are fighting Romulans down below that you can actually shoot the Romulans from up here. This particular one will be useful later because you'll be going down there later. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to look down every once in a while. Second spatial charge goes right here. Another cataract round to the other side of this rotunda. But there's also an orbital strike coordinate right here. Annihilates that thing. And it's all three of them too. I don't think that really does anything useful for you. At least I don't think I remember it does. To the right, to ground level scans indicate there's a building that houses a data facility. Okay. No, that's what I thought. Yeah, destroying them doesn't really do anything helpful for you because this guy's still, this guy's thing still works. But surprisingly enough, you can actually shoot it with your weapon, and it'll actually damage it despite being a much more heavily armored vessel. which is kind of funny, but it does take a few hits to go down. It doesn't have a whole lot of hit points, though, which is funny because in space, these things have, oh shoot, I'm on fire. These things have a lot more hit points than here they do, but whatever, it's fine. There's some Romulans over here on this other side, or not. Defeat a scorpion fire while on foot. Grounded. So heading down here. Oh, looks like I had a failed objective, but it's fine because I'm not an engineering officer. So, doesn't really matter. Again, there are, like, whenever, like, I don't think I've ever explained it, but whenever you have a, oh, shoot. Go down. Whenever you have an optional objective, more often than not, even if it doesn't require a specialization, more often than not, failing it does not end the mission. There are very few rare instances in this game where not completing an objective causes the entire mission to end. One of, I think, of only 2 or 3 in the entire game. It's not a very common occurrence, thankfully, because the game can be a little... Because usually these failed objectives are the result of some sort of text, I guess text path that you're supposed to go through. Shoot. Yeah, then get through that one. I can go through a different tactic with these guys. Use my plasma weapon, which is a sniper rifle, but whatever. Should be fine. Oh, looks like the game has finally decided to give us some help here a little bit. It's a plasma weapon. No, it's not. Okay, there we go. I don't know why the game didn't think it was a good idea to send us some help in the first place. It's only one of you against all these guys. I can take this lockbox and fitting the lockbox. Okay. Well, there's some more guys over here. But yeah, that's the general thing about this mission is just you're just trying to fight your way to the other side of the map. While also setting spatial charges, which is another one right here, actually. Right, back up the stairs. Where's the virtual guide path gotta go? Yeah, it goes up here. Or no, it doesn't go up that one. It goes up this one. The other spatial charge is sitting over here. Okay, good thing I checked because I would have missed this one. I'm gonna have to go all the way back to figure to get this thing set up here. Nope, moved too quickly. Also, call for support. Call for support. Thank you. I did not mean to throw that, but okay, whatever. Works too. I am almost down. Can someone help me here? Oh, come on. The worst part about that is that... Oh, shoot, I'm all the way back here. Why send me all the way back here? Ah! Key's in the promenade outside the building southwest of your location, but you're separated from him by one of those force fields. There's an access gate on the walkway. You'll need to disable the force field. You create a massive power draw at one of the other large facilities to temporarily disrupt the field. If you can get back onto the rooftops, I'll give you a better vantage point. Alright, I'm gonna head back over there. Shoot. Alright, the virtual guide path is telling us to go this way. I don't know why the game just respawned me right at the beginning. It should have had a saved respawn point because I've respawned well ahead of things before. I don't get it. It's just weird. Alright, so over here should be the area where this console should be. It's over there, actually. Alright, Q power drain. So our keys in the reinforcing section of the base. We'll need access to an access chip or shoot. Now they're firing on me. I'm not gonna worry about them because they are not worth my time right now. It's sometimes like I think that's the only situation where it happens, but sometimes it's just better to ignore some enemies than to fight them. Even though the game often insists that you fight absolutely everybody, sometimes it's not as better to do that, at least tactically, because it's just, you know, a waste of your health. Even though it will go back up pretty quickly anyway, it's just kind of a waste in my opinion. And I keep getting stuck around these things. It's just like we're moving like a truck or a refrigerator full of bowling balls or whatever. So up through here. We could go up there, but I don't... yeah, I think we need to go up there. Sorry if I'm seeming a little bit rusty about this mission. It's just... I don't do these early game missions very often. Because they're just early game missions I've done them a million times. But sometimes I might be a bit rusty on them. To be honest, it's just kind of the way how it is. There's another orbital strike section right here. And they all get vaporized. It was so powerful. You call orbital strike during emergency planetary battle. Death from above. I love it. A lot of the accolades have some really clever names for them. I'll make sure to go over later some of the more interesting ones once we get a few more. But I love the names for them. Senator, you defeated 100 Romulans. So now we're a senator in the Romulan Star Empire now. It's kind of funny how the Romulans' government is kind of modeled after a classical republic. Interesting, though. You should be able to use the officer side Egypt to bypass security lock in the access gate in front of the new central plaza. Hakiv is directing operations from there. Alright. Now we need to defeat Hakiv and his guards. Science kit, I can't use it, but hey, it'll be good to sell though, because I need some money. It's kind of funny because like there's a criticism I don't see too often from this game, if at all, is that in one of the Next Generation movies, I forget which one it was, they mentioned that money no longer exists on Earth, and yet in this game there is a currency system, you know, energy credits. And some people, I've heard some speculation from that, from different people, because some people say, well, that's just galactic currency. It's not exactly the one that's used on Earth specifically. Other people say it's used on Earth and everywhere else too. Some people have theories, but it's just one that I've also personally thought of over time. To be honest, it's just kind of something that I've noticed over the years while playing this game for so long. Wait for my shield to recharge. There we go. Shield's down again. Come on, there we go. Got him. Alright. Now head into the plaza. We have a problem up here, Commander. Over the past few minutes, the ship started to suffer a series of cascading sim failures. It's nothing serious yet, but it looks like we're being hit by an Iconian virus. We'll purge the computer memory and restore from archives, but that will take some time and we'll continue to have a system problems until the work is complete. Even if it works, Hakiv can simply send another virus our way. You need to find and destroy the Iconian transmitter before the kill can be secure, sir. You cannot speak today, jeez. In here.
None of this matters. We just need to open the gate, bring the Iconians here, and it will be over.
That was Taurus's plan, too. And you saw how that ended for her.
We finally have the opportunity. Victory is within our grasp.
You call this victory? It's over. This is done. You're done.
No! We can still finish. You're the cause of all of this! You don't even understand what you walked into. You're too late to stop it. A lowly being such as yourself cannot even recognize the true power the Iconians represent. And that any future will depend on a place in their regime. All you've done is arrive in time for the end of existence as you know it.
Alright, so the fight against Hakiv. You know, we're going to call for support for this one. Hakiv is pretty difficult. But just keep fighting. If you go down, it's perfectly fine. Just keep going at him. He'll eventually go down. He doesn't have a whole lot of health, though, but then again, this is also early game on a lower level character, so he's not going to have too much health. I don't always focus on the guards of his. I usually try to...
I can call as many reinforcements as I need.
Not now. My ship has put an interference field around this plaza. It's over.
Right, so now Hakeem can't call for reinforcements, even though he just called for a few more. Oh, geez, that guy went flying.
You think you've stopped me? The Iconians already know. They know everything. They'll be here soon. And nothing you've done will make a difference. It's not over. It's over for you.
The road to Riemann independence will be long and bloody, but this is a significant step. While I do not seek your approval of my methods, the crossing of our paths has been fortuitous. It's a pity you cannot aid us further in our liberation. You have my respect, and the respect of my crew. If in the future we encounter one another again as allies, I would find this gratifying. I must return to the Zenithia. I recommend you finish what you came to do.
We located the computer systems that they're in the research room near the courtyard, just back the way you came. Yes, because their ship is still having issues. Now you have a Hucky's pad is the access code you can get into the research areas. Go around. There we go. I wonder who that was. I don't know. Maybe we'll see her again. I'm going to use plant spatial charges on this gateway because it's very dangerous and we don't need it here. It also is a very, 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 very bad set piece. I don't think it looks particularly nice in this little room here with absolutely nothing else in it. Sir, we have your coordinates, but we can't beam you up until the gate is destroyed. We're still getting strange interference. We are prepared to destroy the large Iconian gate with orbital bombardment. We'll just target the warhead with the warhead yield, but you should get to the area away from the blast. Alright, so the area that she's actually talking about is actually kind of in a corner off to the side here. As for that other virus, well, as it happens, it requires the science specialty or profession, which we are not, so we can't use it. So if you're a science officer, I would recommend going into the room to the other side of the room we were just in with Gateway, and doing whatever you can there. But because I'm a tactical officer, I can't do anything in there. So
Sheila is here with her flagship. I'm trying to hold her off, but the Zedenia is no match for a ship of that class. You'd better return to your vessel quickly.
Enemies of the Romulan people, this insurrection will not stand. Your hostile actions against a Romulan colony world are acts of war. Surrender now, and you and your crews will be treated fairly.
We have our work cut out for us. I will assist you. After all, we face a common foe. My ship is disabled. You must finish this.
Alright, so the Xenia is disabled already, but it's because we were listening to the dialogue there. I think it'll come back in a second, though. So we just need to defeat the reinforcements and the Leaf Hall. Celia's flagship. Just keep going at her. You're not going to be able to defeat her because she is in a Scimitar-class warbird. But just keep going at her whenever she pops back in, and you'll be fine. Oh, and also be careful that because it's a Scimitar-class warbird, it has a Thalaron weapon, and she can use it on you if she wants to. And she does it pretty frequently, too. Get rid of this warbird. Switch to Leaf Hall. Switch her shields down a little bit. Hopefully they won't shoot down the plasma torpedo. It would be really nice if she goes into cloak when with the torpedo coming at her. Jeez, her shields are going down quick. Alright, so these reinforcements are kind of getting on my nerves now. Got basically no shields. Goodness, don't destroy it, don't destroy it. Ah, come on.
This is your last chance to surrender. The full force of this dreadnought will be turned against any persistent
Just shield power.
and you will face the full might of the Romulan Star Empire.
Sensors are reading a gate opening. There's a ship coming through. Can't get a sensor lock on it. They're taking the Leoval in tow. They're heading back through the gate.
Is she just escape, or was she kidnapped against her will? Regardless, the gate isn't deep in Romulan space. It's too risky to leave it here until she are control, even if with Akiva and the Empress gone. Alright, so apparently the asteroid is a gigantic Iconian gate. But we need to destroy it, and there are weak points that have been kind of marked for you here. I would recommend getting into range of all of them. Loading up a torpedo spread. I can get them all into range. Nope. That was another Iconian gateway. That explains how they moved the entire fleet. We need to have to get out of Romulan space and warn Starfleet Command. The Romulan threat may be over for now, but it looks like it's bigger threats coming on the horizon. Alright, return to Admiral Tenay.
Starfleet will continue the search for Seela's vessel, but as of right now, we have no idea where the Iconians took her, or if she went willingly. I find this turn of events disturbing. Seela's absence will throw the Romulan Star Empire into even greater chaos. We have found that the Romulans are at their most dangerous when their backs are against the wall. Like wounded Salot cats, they will strike out at anyone in reach, and the Federation may bear the brunt of their fury. The return of the Iconians could change everything.
I'm going to take the kit reward, because mines are awful. But anyway, that was actually the end of the Romulan Mystery story arc. Well, apart from one mission, Darkness Before Dawn. But we won't be doing that mission. That's just a conclusion mission that really doesn't really matter too much. It's just kind of a boring, talk to people mission. But if you want to do it on your own time, it's perfectly fine. It's there. So in the next episode, we will be starting the Kardashian Struggle story arc. It's okay. Not the best story arc ever, in my opinion. But that's what we're going to be starting on next. And to be honest, it's actually where things start to slow down. But anyway, I think we'll do that next time. So join me next time for more Star Trek Online, where we do the mission Spoils of War or Lost and Found, depending on what it wants me to do first. See you guys later.